Shout out, shout out. The Connects. Luis Guzman. Don't ever go, never leave my side. Passion's all I have, courage is my drive. And if I lost you, I would lose it all together. I wouldn't have
Welcome to I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast, where we highlight the journey of entrepreneurs, creatives, and business people alike to showcase that every light and dark moment create a beautiful piece of art. This is a special edition of I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman. My guest today defines the testament of a true redemption story that proves that every setback in life is a lesson and a chance to fall forward and lean into your new purpose. He went from school teacher to becoming the tough enough winning contestant that earned him a contract with the WWE from 2001 to 2005. A hardcore champion who made wink in his eye a thing. The man famously known for eliminating The Undertaker in 2002 in the Royal Rumble. He has done it all from Home Shopping Network, co-host, BET host, reality TV work in the indie circuit, also working in finance capital. But fast forward to today, he is a bona fide YouTube star that started his channel about 2 years ago and has exploded on the scene with well over 700,000 subs by the time this episode drops. His charismatic storytelling of past wrestling experiences and pulling the curtain back, so to speak, on taboo wrestling secrets has opened up many doors for him, and he has become a staple in the wrestling content space. His second chance of working in the wrestling space has made him a top guy in the content world and beyond. A true master of articulation, one of the most respected voices in wrestling today. Brother, I'm not putting you over. You're already there. Maven Huffman, welcome to the show.
Yo, keep going.
No.
keep going.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to my producer. I was like, you think it's too long? He's like, no, man, that sounds amazing. You broke it down. You know?
I'm gonna clip that and then play it every day when I wake up.
There you go, brother.
Just to get my day going properly. Thank you for that intro. That's obviously whenever you do anything, the thing you want the most is peer not necessarily recognition, but just peer admiration. And you said one thing in that, and it's crazy to think that I'm 48 and I'm getting another run at this business. I thought it was behind me, but this is my second chance in wrestling. So I'm glad you highlighted that because I'm more proud of that than anything.
Yeah, God bless, brother. Like I said, I told you off camera, you're an inspiration because I was in the music business and I failed at that. And I thought I would never have another microphone in my face. And here I am doing podcasts in 2025. And I thought I would never get back into a creative space. And I know what that feels like to be stripping away of what you thought was your dream, but now having a second chance to really go after it. Man, you inspire me so much when I started following your YouTube channel. So I want to tell you, thank you for sharing this inspiration because you are doing it and living it, brother. And you deserve it.
Oh, no. Of course you were going to have a second chance. You look like Shamar Moore's little brother.
Yo, are you kidding me? Do I look like Shamar Moore?
Of course you're going to have a...
Come on.
You look... I've met Shamar, and you look exactly like Shamar Moore.
Dude.
Like, exactly, yes.
My wife didn't want to accept it at first because, he's like a model or a really good-looking actor.
Well, huh?
And I'm like, babe, you're dealing with an actor right now, a superstar.
Yeah, I didn't say you look like Dikembe Mutombo. God rest Dikembe.
Yeah, God bless.
You look like one of the most handsome actors out. You're fine. You're good.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Whenever anybody like tells me or writes, look at this second class rock or whatever, I'm like, is that supposed to be a diss? Because I'll take it.
Nah, man. No, listen, you look great. I mean, I feel like you went in a time machine. You didn't age. You look amazing, brother. What's your regimen, man? I mean, this is.
We were talking about it off air. Shaving. That's my regimen.
Shaving. That's right.
Because we all obviously with the passing of the legendary Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, and condolences to family and all of wrestling fans out there and little Hulkamaniacs. I woke up yesterday, obviously not knowing that was going to be the news, but once it was, then I started getting bombarded for interviews, and I'm sitting there looking at myself, and I'm like, and I have probably 4 or 5 days hair growth.
You had to shave real quick.
Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta shave. I gotta get camera. I'm supposed to go on News Nation in 20 minutes. I gotta look presentable. So that's my beauty secret. The moment I shave, I look way younger.
Nah, you look good, man. So whatever, now I know the secret. Soap and shave.
I'll take
soap and shave, brother.
Soap, yeah. People always ask me, they're like, what, do you wear makeup? I'm like, no. Do you think I give that much of a damn about our YouTube channel and my appearance? No one's watching it to look at me. I realize that. I know that. I'm not going to hire a makeup artist. I know that much.
Don't need it, brother. You got enough talent already, brother. You're good. You got the looks to get you by.
No. Thank you.
So I always started my interviews with the same question, but since you brought it up, I had this here. I wanted to ask you that. So WrestleMania 18, right? That was the first time you met the Hulkster in person. And you were you were taken back because he wanted you to take a picture with his son because he knew about you. Can you talk more about how like crazy that was for you in real time? And how was that experience with Hulk Hogan?
There's a couple times where life has hit me, and I go back to being an 8-year-old, and I can't believe. I mean, I grew up as country as southern as you can get. I grew up at the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains, hunting and fishing, and literally in the woods catching snakes. I grew up there's nobody from my town that grows up with aspirations of ever doing anything on television, much less professional wrestling. Right. So, watching Hulk Hogan as a child and fast forwarding and being able to meet him, and not only meet him, but have his son had followed something that I had done. It was crazy because that day we were there. It was like a Tuesday before WrestleMania,
right? Back
when it was only on Sunday,
right?
And we were just doing a regular media day, and they would stagger us. They would bring us in at different times. Like I would do from 1 to 3, and then another group would come in from 3 to 5, and Hulk got there at the tail end of my media day.
Wow!
And I mean, the moment it's funny. There's a couple people that this happened for. Rock, whenever Rock's in a room, you know it. Austin, same. Yep. And Hulkster. When he came in, I mean, every eye went back to there. And then wrestling, more than wanting to meet him for any personal reasons, I was just doing the wrestler thing, the wrestler code. You just greet everybody and you shake everyone's hand. And I thought that's all it was going to be. A quick go up and introduction, and that would be the end of it. And it took him, he was like, oh yeah, brother. And because at this point, Tough Enough, if you're a wrestler, I mean, you watch wrestling. I got a great Rock story. I meet The Rock at that first ever time I was at Raw.
Right.
And I go in and I see Rock, and I'm in the business because of him.
Right. No, he was like,
I mean,
he was the man. Still is.
What he was doing verbally, I was doing in a baseball locker room for years. And that's honestly, seriously, that's when my buddies were like, dude, you could do that. Like, cause I used to just verbally assault everybody in the locker room. And so I go up to introduce myself to Rocky, and I did. And he was like, oh, hey man, nice to meet you. What would you say your name was? I was like, that's Maven. And a couple minutes goes by. He comes over. Well, what was your name again? It's Maven. And he did this about 7 or 8 times throughout the entire day.
Was he
made
ribbing
me
you?
Repeat my name. Of course he was. At the end of the day, as we're leaving, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, dipshit, I watched the show. I know who you are. And I'm like, oh.
That's a hell of a story, man.
It was a great rib.
Oh, that's a hell of a rib.
But it's just crazy to think that I had done something that, Hogan watched. This was back when, we didn't have all the streaming services. We didn't have the entertainment options. We didn't have this in our hands.
Right.
And if there was a wrestling show on once a week, people watched it. And so having Hogan know who I was and then ask me to take a picture with his son, It's just like
that is like,
yeah.
man, bucket list type of stuff that, you know,
Bucket list.
your
Bucket list.
your 8-year-old kid inside you is jumping and screaming, but you got to kind of maintain composure. But you never expect, like even me, like, you know, bringing it back to you, I used to watch you when I was 17 and then 18, 19 through my college years. I would have never thought I would be sitting here with you having a conversation. So, you know, it's like my 17-year-old inside me is like, whoa, it's freaking Maven. You know what I mean? But yeah,
dude,
go ahead.
I'm the most down to earth guy. I'm the most down to earth guy ever.
No,
whenever anybody tells me that, I'm like, why? I'll bring my girl in. She'll tell you just how much of an idiot I am for hours if you want.
Oh, dude, no. You said something the other day and I was cracking up. I was like, you know, sometimes I watch movies and I crack jokes to myself and laugh. I was like, Maven, you're a trip, man. Like, come on. You got to give yourself a little credit, dude. You're not that dumb of a guy. You're very intelligent. You know, give yourself a little credit.
No, I'm not saying I know I'm intelligent. Like I consider myself one of the type of people you can put me, and because it's happened. You can put me in Wall Street in a suit with executives and I will fit in. Or you can put me in a West Virginia hunting camp with teethless hillbillies and I will fit in. And I've done both.
I love it.
And
man.
that's to me just the way I look at the world. I don't consider myself any better or worse than anyone. We're all people, man.
Heck yeah. No, I hear you 100%. Now, where do you get that kind of like, how can I say this? Like your footing of that humbleness and understanding that you're just a regular person. Was it your adopted parents that took care of you?
Yeah.
Was it Uncle Fred? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it wasn't as much my dad. It was my mom.
Okay.
It was my mom. And I mean, a lot of people go through adversity in life. And if you're on this earth long enough, you're gonna, the one thing life's taught me is we lose everything eventually.
Yeah.
The good looks, they go away. Money goes away. Everything, people we love. I had to face a lot of adversity early in life. My birth mother committed suicide when I was 2 years old.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The day after Christmas.
Oh.
You know what though? And yeah, it's a horrible way to, kickstart life. But I was adopted by people that loved me. Well, fast forward 8 years, and at 10, my mom and dad don't work out, and it's me and her by ourselves, and we're in a 70-foot trailer. She's a dental hygienist and doesn't make much money, and she made it work.
Wow.
And
God bless her, man.
That place was home to me until I started wrestling, and she just literally made me always promise. She said, I don't care what you become or what you don't become, never change the person that you are. And I promised her that, and I got a lot of faults, but I don't think there's too many people out there that's going to say I break my word.
Right.
And I never will. And I never will.
You know, I kind of see that on you, Maven. You have this sense of humility and kind of like a more honest, like, I'm a human being, I'm flawed, but I'm going to do the right thing. And I think that speaks through not just your videos, but who you are as a person. Like talking to you, before we started filming, it's like I'm talking to one of my boys. Like it just felt so organic and so honestly a breath of fresh air, because what I do with my podcast, sometimes you'll have
I ain't going nowhere with I'm sorry to interrupt you. I ain't going nowhere with you. I used to have a buddy, and can we cuss on here?
Of course you can. It's your platform. Come on.
We had a buddy. He was actually he wrestled down in for FCW.
Okay.
And his nickname was Pussy Magnet.
Come on.
Like anywhere we went, the girls would just flock to him. And I was like, that's the last time I'm hanging out with someone that much better looking than me. So it'll never happen again.
So we can't hang out because I'm more better looking than you.
No.
What you say?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can text.
Yeah, right.
We can text. No, man. And you hit the nail on the head. And I'm comfortable with my flaws. And why? Because they make me a better person. In the long run, anybody who thinks that they know or are good at everything, you're going to find out. You're going to get humbled.
Oh, yeah.
But if you accept this world with, okay, I got a job on Wall Street, no clue how it was going to work, how I was going to fit in. but I had a boss who told me, yo, I don't have anyone in this office with your personality.
Wow.
I can teach you the numbers.
Yeah.
He's like, cause I got no one I can send to an office with, that can win people over the way you can. And I mean, I had to humble myself. I had a guy that was 10 years younger than me telling me what I was going to be doing.
Whoa.
But you know what? I did it, and I was fine with it. Man, life's all about it, because you can either humble yourself or you're going to find God's going to do it for you.
Amen to that, brother. And you know, some people, unfortunately enough, they don't learn that till they're in their 50s into their 60s. You learned it your whole life, you know, through your mother. And what a blessing of a word that she left with you before she passed, because I think you are living her wishes every day. So that is an amazing thing, Maven. Amazing thing, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, man.
She was everything that I am is because of her. I mean, we had no blood relation, and she gave up everything to take me and give me the best life. And that's why, yeah, man, with my birth mom, it was a horrible way to start, but God gave me a mother that I can't imagine my life not having. I can't picture my life without her.
Those blessings are still raining from above, man. So I know she's watching over you, and she's very proud of what you've become. And that also shines, you know, going back to Tough Enough. I mean, you spoke about it, obviously. I just want to highlight it. They made you film that because, you know, you were over. You were going to be the winner of the show. But they sent a crew to see your mother so you could have some time with her because you were, you know, competing. How important is that video to you that you can always go back and hear her voice and just kind of, because, you know, back in those days, we didn't have iPhones. We didn't have access to videos. How close to the heart is that for you?
It's everything. I bought her a cell phone right before she passed, and she recorded her voicemail, voicemail outgoing message. And I saved that as long as I could. And then eventually it was a company that no longer exists. Is why the reason I lost it.
I see.
And and being able to just have that footage, just that small footage. I haven't heard her voice in years. And with that video with me crying, that was as real as it
that got me. Yeah, I was shedding some tears, brother.
Yeah, it was as real as it got. But again, I'm not afraid to show vulnerability. Any man that if there's a man that is afraid to show vulnerability, I'm here to tell you he's not a man. He's not
1,000% agree with you on that. 1,000%.
We hurt, we have feelings, we get knocked down, but you said it in your opening and you're so accurate. We get knocked down, but we fall forward.
Fall forward, brother.
Don't just fall down. We fall forward. Learn something from getting knocked down. And I promise you'll get up a stronger man, a stronger individual. I promise you.
1,000%. And, you know, going back to your story, I mean, you've had testaments through your life of ups and downs. I mean, you were damn near semi-pro baseball, and then the coach tells you you're not going to make it to the bigs. You took that on the chin and said, you know what? Cool. Yeah. I'm going to figure out something out. You became a teacher. You got in through a loophole, and then, was it a transactional permit?
It was transitional license in the state. I'm the first person in the state of, first person in Oregon to get one.
They got to give you an award for that, man.
And this again, remember, this is 1999. A lot has changed since then.
Oh yeah.
I'm going into this middle school every day with my buddy, who is he's a math teacher and computer teacher, and I'm just helping some of his kids. And principal asked me, we had a 6th grade position next year opening up. You want it? I'm like, well, I do not have a license. Don't you need one? They're like, we can work around that. First person to get it. Yeah.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sheesh, man. No, it's good. But it's so. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you mentioned it too with the baseball. The day that scout looked me straight in the face, and this was a tryout I was having, that they came to me. They came to my field. It wasn't like 50 people trying out. And I mean, I was out there for probably an hour and a half, throwing, hitting, running, getting timed and everything. And I had a grown man look at me He didn't try to sugarcoat or anything. He was like, listen, you're good enough to play minor league ball, probably good enough to play double A. You're not good enough to play triple A, and you'll never make the bigs. We
Wow.
only draft people that we can foresee in the big leagues. Sorry, kid.
Jeez.
It freed me up. It freed my mind. I was no longer chasing an unrealistic expectation or dream. And that was the best thing he could have done.
That's a little bit of foresight. And you've quoted in another interview saying this, you kind of rerouted like a GPS. You say, you know what? I'm going to get rerouted now. I'm going to set my eyes on something different, which took you to the Tough Enough contest, which, you know, I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you signed up for that, you were like, what the hell? Let me just try this. But you really shined in that competition. Can you talk about that experience, how that shaped you mentally and physically and emotionally as a person?
There were probably 5 or 6 times I wanted to quit.
Wow.
And not quit because it got hard, but just quit because I didn't think, I was like, man, what am I doing here? The moment I walked up and because my first time going to New York, I'm looking at New York. I'm literally looking at Manhattan right now.
Wow.
And the first time I go to New York was for Tough Enough, for the tryout. As I'm standing in there and I'm looking at all these jacked up, roided up dudes, I'm like, they're not going to pick me. I'm a regular size. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds, holding a bag of hammers. Like, they're not going to pick me. And I saw it through. And then I got to decide, okay, my mom's sick. I got a good job. Like, am I wanting to quit this job? You know, then I get there and am I in the right place? Should I be, with my mom? And she could pass at any moment. There were a lot of times, but I just, now you want to go back to my dad? Here's my dad. Yeah. You mentioned him earlier. When I was younger, all the kids were joining the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts. And I come home off the school bus and tell my dad, because, you want to be in with your friends. I'm like, I want to join the Boy Scouts. He's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. He's like, I teach you everything. Like, my dad could go out and start a fire right now without anything. He's like, I teach you everything that you're going to learn in the Boy Scouts already. And I was like, no, I want to do it. And he told me, he was like, if you do it, you're seeing it through. You're not quitting when you don't like it. He always instilled in me, if you start something,
you better finish
it. You got to finish. Not you better. You got to finish.
You got to finish.
There's no options. Yeah.
Wow.
No options.
And was that in your brain? Was that in your mind throughout the Tough Enough challenge? Your dad telling you, "Hey, don't quit. This is all you. You got to." Was that constant in your mind?
100%. Him and my mom. And once I started seeing other people quitting, then it was a challenge of, am I mentally tougher than these people?
Right.
Because like these areas, and I'm not going to mention names, but like I know these people haven't been through what I've been through. I know these people haven't had their grandmother at 5 years old tell them your mom killed herself. Oh. I know it. My grandma told me that at 5 years old. She was not she raised 10 kids on a chicken farm. She was not going to lie or sugarcoat shit to me. But I use that. I know what I've been through, and I know it's a little bit more than what a lot of others have been through.
You're right, Maven. Yeah.
No, sometimes I use that.
Yeah, life experiences, I think, outweigh any type of talent you may have, because when the talent doesn't work, the life experience gives you that mental toughness to see it through.
Absolutely. And if you know already going into anything, I've already been through. If the worst comes, I've been through worse already. That opens and frees your mind up. It literally opens you up. If I didn't win Tough Enough, not knowing that there was still a chance to get a job with the WWF, what's the worst that was going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm just not a good wrestler. Okay. I go back. I teach. I do something else. Life will work itself out. And knowing that, but I wasn't going to lose because of lack of effort or quitting. I knew that.
I 100% hear that, man. No, you gave it your all, and I saw it every week watching that. And then, you get invested in seeing you win and seeing you actually become a WWE superstar, WWF at that time. It was inspiring. It's like, wow, you can really do it from nothing and be something. And that was a very inspirational thing, not just for me, but all my friends back then, we were big wrestling fans or whatever the case is. But now you're in the show. What kind of like, whoa moment did you have? Like, what was that like? Can you walk me through the show?
All of them. Yeah,
Sheesh.
all of them. I still remember, and I thought it would go away. I still remember walking up through and wherever they would have gorilla position, because back then we would always have an elevated platform that we would walk. So we would have to go up steps to where gorilla position was. And that's just the position back where the curtain separates you from the fan. So whenever a wrestler's music hits and they go through the curtain, that's known as gorilla position.
Yeah.
And back there, it would always be Vince and whatever agent was working on, whatever producer was working on your match, and then usually Briscoe or Patterson. And I remember walking up for my very first match, and I had just went and peed, and I go up the steps, and I'm standing out there getting ready to go out. And you ever be on the, like, driving on the highway and you see the sign and it says rest stop 2 miles?
2 miles, yep.
And you're like, man, I don't know if I got 2 miles in me. Like, that's how I felt standing there. And I'm thinking, I've got a 6-minute match with Taz. I've got to pee now. And the moment my music hit, it went away.
It went away.
And I thought, okay, that was the first match jitters. Man, it's still, every match was like that. Just that nerves. And it's hard to explain to people just how nervous you get. And I remember sitting thinking, and I would be like, knowing my music's getting ready to hit, and I'm inches from the curtain, and I would be going, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. And then, cause you just like, I'm like, why did I do a job that I get this nerves all like, yeah, accountants don't feel like this.
Yeah,
like,
I hear you.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then the second my music would hit and I would go through, it all went away immediately. Wow. And I would be like, no, you love this. You love this.
Yeah, you earned it. You love it.
It's crazy.
And you know what? Again, I told you, I used to be a rapper and I used to be scared to death right before my music hits to come out to perform. But once I started performing, I was like, this is easy. This is what I'm meant to do. It's the same thing with podcasting. Up until that camera starts, oh God, and then boom, you're meant to do something. You have God-given talent. And no matter how much you overthink, God already gave you that gift that you're going to shine regardless. You just got to show up. You show up.
That's it.
And God takes care of the rest, And with your talent that you had, to this day, it still shocks me. And I've always wanted to ask you this, because you're a hell of a personable person. I mean, you got the gift of gab. You're very approachable, personable. You have something that makes people be attracted to you. Like, I want to chill with this guy. I want to be next to this guy. I want to know this guy. What do you think it was the fact that you were a little worried to get out of your shell to be fully over? I'm talking about like a championship run, world champion, things like that. Or was it a lot of bullshit?
There's 100% politics. And I've been told by men that were in the room, men that you would know, men that you would trust.
Right.
Men that I trust. I've been told that within the past 2 years, whenever your name would come up, there were a few people that were holding you back.
Haters. Yeah.
Flat out haters.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was probably, because remember, I was tough enough one. So in a way, I was the sacrificial lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I got into a wrestling locker room the way I did, no one had ever done it before, ever. And whenever, what do they call that person in the military? The point person. That's the point. Point person's always going to take the most incoming.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I was the point person going in to WWE for Tough Enough, for entering the business that way. So there would be people that I would just never be able to win over. I can show evidence that from my first match to my last match, I improved so much. Like I got so much better. And it's funny, they let me go right when I'm starting to figure it out.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but such is life. Yeah, such is life.
Right. No, but that's the part that I'm stuck on, because again, you're so talented. You got the looks. You could cut a promo. Your physicality, that damn drop kick of yours. That you're a beast. So why do you think the comfort of being in the show stopped you from going to the ring pre TV to work on your moves and and work with the trainers, develop finishers? Like what held you back from that?
Well, that's where I will take personal accountability. And that was just stupid youth, man. I was a 28-year-old, kid, good looking kid in the best shape of my life with money.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of things. It was single. And there were just things I was more interested in than being out at that damn ring, rolling around with grown men at 1 o'clock when the show don't go start till 9. Man, I got it. So looking back, I wish I would have taken it, a little bit more. It's not that I didn't take it serious. I took it serious, but I was just more interested in what wrestling was giving me rather than what I could give wrestling. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense, especially at that age,
I mean, I'm enjoying being a semi-celebrity. I'm enjoying walking into bars and seeing girls and having them, oh my God, you're a wrestler. What's that like? It was fun. It was mid-20s.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's the time of your life where you want to enjoy your youth and have a good time.
Yes.
And you're making money. How many 27-year-olds can make, 30 grand in a pay-per-view? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to walk up to a bar, hand them an Amex card and say, all the drinks are on me?
Yeah.
Like that's, yeah. And so I wish I would have, taken just the wrestling aspect of it more serious. I wish they would have let me talk. I used to tell them all the time, if you give me chances, I would, you're missing the best part of what I can do in this business.
Yeah, you were good at cutting promos, man. You were, in my opinion, when you were mid-match and you cut a promo mid-match, that was amazing.
I would have been a phenomenal heel.
Yeah,
I would have been a phenomenal heel. But again, I'll take the accountability, but of from what I have to. But if people are going to hold you down, then there's only but so far you can go. Subsequent tough enough contestants would go on. I always say John Morrison's my favorite tough enough person, with myself included. Like his talent is just off the charts.
No, I agree. Yeah,
but him and Miz and stuff and Ryback guys that
right.
did a little bit more in the business. I take pride in knowing that I paved the way and took the oncoming shrapnel so guys like that could do what they did. Man, I have regrets, but I wouldn't do anything different because who knows? I might not be sitting here with a decent YouTube channel right now had I not.
Well, decent is an undertone to what it really is. You're killing it, brother. You're killing it, man. Yeah. No, but I hear you loud and clear. But I think that's a testament to, again, going back to humility, going back to being a personal person. No matter what, Jay-Z said this one time, no matter where you go, you are who you are. And I think that's you. Like, no matter, you were a WWE superstar, you were on reality TV, you were a teacher, you were a ball player, you're all these things, but through all these things, you still stayed who you are. And I think that's why, you're blessed in this position to have such a thriving YouTube channel. And honestly speaking, I'll be honest with you, I want to get your take on this. And if I'm off base, you could tell me. You have pulled the curtain back on all the things I always wanted to know as a wrestling fan. And I'm a mark for a lot of stuff. But do you think WWE took this Unreal thing they're doing on Netflix out of your pocket? Because I think you were the catalyst to that. You were the one that started this.
And I'll give my partner, Zach, all the kudos. Shout
out to Zach. Shout out to Zach. Great guy.
When he reached out to me and we had the first idea to do this, I started doing some research, and watching Mr. Beast, watching, Mark Rober, other successful YouTubers,
right?
Trying to figure out what their secret was. And Zach, he had the idea. He said, I want to do what they do, but for wrestling. He's like, because wrestlers don't do it right. He's like, they do it wrong. He's like, and he's like, I guarantee you people will want to know this. And I was like, you think? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, they won't. They won't care. He's like, trust me. And I put so much trust in him, but why not? Like, okay, if it fails, I'm not afraid to fail. Like I fail every day. I just learned something I'm not good at. And I'll give him all the credit in the world. I do agree with you. I'm not saying we're 100% inspiration,
right?
But I had Taker tell me, "Yo, you were part inspiration for my channel." And when a Mount Rushmore guy tells you
That's
that,
big.
and when I see other YouTubers, starting their channel, when I see other YouTubers hitting us up to, hey, what should we title this video, or should we do this, and when I have Buff Bagwell
Oh
calling
man, that
me,
was a powerful one. I saw that last week.
yo,
Yeah.
Buff hit me up and told a couple months ago, and he was like, I need 5 minutes of your time. And when he presented the idea, it's like, I couldn't believe it because, I've known Mark for years, but for him to give us that, just such pulling the curtain back on something so personal in his life.
Yeah.
I was honored. Like how many times can you say you break news in the wrestling business? We broke that story.
Yeah.
I was honored. So I would say, of course, they took some of our success and, capitalized on it, or said, let's figure out a way to capitalize on it. But they'd be stupid not to.
Right.
Why? I mean, they'd be dumb not to. We steal from people all the time. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you became like the golden child of pulling the curtain back, and I think there's a lot of imitators now. But I think what separates you from everybody else, I mean, take away TKO and WWE because that's a corporation, that's a whole different animal. But the sense of care and dedication that you put into your YouTube channel, that's what inspired me to push my channel further, because who is going to be so careful about his product that instead of risking a flight out of EWR, he drove to see Bagwell? That stuck out to me, Maven. Like, whoa, you are invested in, and you actually care about what you're doing. That's missing in content now,
Here's why. And people, because we put that out and people like, oh, you should have just flew. Well, no shit. But here's what I'm looking at. Here's what I'm looking at weeks before. I'm watching the news every evening, and every evening I'm seeing storm after storm and airport delays, airport cancellations, and Newark is my 30 minutes up the street.
Yeah, same here.
And I'm literally seeing the airplane parking lot, which is Newark's taxiway. And I'm thinking, they're not going to wait for me to cut Buff's leg off. They're just not.
Right.
They're not going to care if I'm at gate C17 because the screw fell out of the paper towel rack. So they can't take the last flight I took. This is a true story. The last flight I took to film was in Vegas. I leave. My flight was at 5:15 and we were supposed to land in Vegas at like 10 or something. We sat in Newark taxiing for 4 hours.
Whoa.
4 hours. Yes.
You can't take that risk. No. Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And so I'm thinking to myself, all right, I can't miss this video. They're not going to hold it. And it's happening once. Man up, drive it. And I did. I left my house. I think I left the day before I was going to meet with Buff. I left my house at 8:00 at night, drove till 4 a.m, got a hotel for a few hours, and then drove directly. And that's literally when you see me on the phone as that video starts, I was finishing up a 2-day drive. Yeah.
Man, dedicate.
Yeah.
See, but I love that because that's so old school. Like, I think now these people doing YouTube channels, they're so entitled. Like, I want this, I want that. But no one's going to tell you that you got to put in that work to grow that channel. And you driving across to see Bagwell is very inspirational. And I think a lot of people that want to be where you're at, they need to take notes, because that to me shows integrity, it shows discipline, and it shows a unique care for your product, brother. Unique care for your product.
Thank you. And I'll take those compliments, but there is a flip side to that coin. There is a flip side to that coin. And that is, I have a brand new Escalade that has Super Cruise. The damn thing will drive itself.
Nice.
And I I have Roku TV installed and bypassed in the front dash. I'm literally driving down the road. I'm literally driving down the road watching YouTube TV
in a living room.
So I'm in my living room. There's worse ways to travel.
I love that, man. You know, it's crazy. I noticed, bringing it back to personability. You recently did some videos with your girl, and I'm married. I got my wife, and she supports what I do. How supportive is she? I mean, my man's going for a 10-hour drive, and how supportive is she of what you're doing? Because I know she didn't think you were that big in the YouTube space until you did that video with her, and she's like, "Whoa!" Like, how cool is her to see this journey you're on?
She supports it 100%.
That's awesome.
There's a flip side to that coin too. She's watched 4 of my videos, the buff video she watched, and 2 of them were the ones she was in.
She putting herself over, man.
Yeah, her coworkers are like, "You don't watch his videos?" He's like, "I see enough of them." But she supports if I tell her I have to do something. And once she started seeing the success in the channel, because she's been with me and she's been for 13 years, she's been on me. She's been and she's seen me borderline depressed, fighting to try to get I was trying to get a job in the real world,
right,
in my 40s.
And it's tough.
It's tough, especially when I have a hell of a resume in the entertainment space. When I can put, MTV, BET, VH1, when I can put all these shows I've been on, when I can put, 6 years HSN sports host, that don't mean anything when you're trying to get a job for Bloomberg.
Correct.
Or something.
Correct.
Means nothing. You get laughed out the door. And I must have sent my resume out 200 times.
Wow.
And I couldn't even get anybody to meet with me.
That's wild.
So, and she would always be like, you got something. She would always just support me because she could see my talent wasted. So when this opportunity came, she was all in, all on board. And then once we started making money off of it, then she was like, "Okay,
you can do it."
yeah. But hey, but with the buff video and with filming, I was gone for about 9 days. And she's on a spite vacation now. She went away for 3 days with some friends.
Gotcha.
And she always goes on little mini spite vacations just to show me what I did when she leaving her with the dogs.
As women will be. Trust me, I know.
I support her. Go.
Yeah, right. I hear you, man. I mean, one thing we have in common as far as relationship, me and my wife love the movies. That's one of the ways we decompress. And I know you guys like the movies too. So when I heard that in one of your videos, that's pretty cool, man. You see, we're all just humans, want to watch a movie and relax. It's a good thing to.
We have movies and we have shows that we watch.
Same here.
We love.
Are you a 90 Day Fiance guy?
90 Day.
Come on.
Love it.
Married at First Sight?
No, I haven't watched Married at First Sight, but that's because they make whoever TLC management is, they took that 90 Day and they're running
with it. And all the little extra, shows they're doing after. That's a funny thing. Me and my wife watch that religiously, so we got that in common too.
And our commentary back and forth, it's hilarious. It's funny. So yeah.
That's awesome.
But man. She's busy. She runs 3 Hand and Stone spas. So she stays busy herself. Yeah.
That's a good thing. You have, I think in life, like anything else, a balance is needed because if you spend too much time, it's like, ugh.
Yes.
And then if you spend too little time, you feel distant. Having that nice balance, with anybody, not just your girl, but, your friends, your family, it's needed because it gives you your space to really concentrate on what you want to do. And as you can see, you're thriving in the space. So it's a beautiful thing.
Here's what the best part of our relationship is. She has her life and I support what she does. She is not defined by me in any way. She was successful before him. She was running the makeup studio at CNBC when I met her.
Oh, wow.
So she if I left right now, she'd be just fine. she'd be okay. Yeah, she'd be just fine. Yeah, she wouldn't spend weeks crying or anything. She'd kick out pretty quick. So, but I think that's good. She has her life and I have my life, and we come together to
Compliment.
make our lives better, to compliment.
Yeah, you got to compliment.
Perfect.
You know, it's one-sided when you depend on somebody or when somebody's depending on you. But when you both got your shit together and you just want to be together because you genuinely like each other and want to be happy, that's the icing on the cake. You know?
It's tiring. It's tiring
Yeah.
when somebody relies on you for everything. What are you going to do today? Well, I thought I'd go to the gym. Can I go? No. No. Do something else.
You need your own time, man. You need your own time,
Yeah.
brother.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Maven, I got a couple quick questions for you before we get out of here. I know you got to roll, but I always ask these to people that come on. They're called Mastermind questions. Just a little bit to get to know you. You know, quick thought. If you have a story to share with the answer, please share it. What book have you read that inspired you the most?
Oh my gosh.
Got him.
It's weird. I do love books. I love audio books.
Oh, my wife too. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're asking me, gosh, I would say the best book I've read was Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography of how he just became Arnold. And what you don't realize, and I didn't realize it, Arnold was successful before the acting. When he came to this country, he started a roofing business with Franco Columbu. Like, I never knew that.
Oh, yes.
He started buying real estate in the late 70s. Before Conan, before
he was ahead of his time with that.
Terminator. Yeah. But just his work ethic, it just shocked me. Totally, absolutely shocked me.
Wow.
And it made me feel lazy seeing all the stuff that he's done.
Yeah, when I hear it, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No, go.
No. When I hear Arnold Schwarzenegger stories and I saw his documentary on Netflix, I'm like, I am not doing nothing with my life.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I read his book and they showed pictures in his book of him and Franco Columbu. Here you got two guys that competed in Mr. Olympia and they're roofing.
Crazy.
And it blew my mind.
Inspiring, man. Blew my mind. What person in your life has brought you the most influence?
Probably my mom. Yeah. It just watching her go battle, a lot of hardships. Yeah. And I don't think I ever saw her up until right before she passed without a smile on her face.
Wow.
I got to ask her 2 weeks before she passed. I got to literally sit down and thank her for taking me. And I asked her, I was like, what was the hardest thing about it? And I'd never realized it, but she was like the way that people would look at me. I mean, she was a white woman with red hair. We didn't have an ounce of blood shared together. She was no relation to me. And she would walk me through grocery stores, and I was this little black kid with an afro. And she would say the way and this is in the late 1970s.
Yeah, where it was a lot more rigid than it is now. Yeah.
And just in Southern Virginia, where there was a lot of people that would look at her and judge her, and she never let it stop her.
Wow.
And she would take me and love me, and I had no clue. I had no clue what the evil that these people were thinking, but she did. And she did.
And she was doing the Lord's work, man, loving you without no skin, race, blood, relation. Yeah. That's really what we're here to do as human beings, is to be of service and love and be kind. So that story is very inspiring to me about your mother, man. So, I'm really, it touches me. So, I'm thankful that you said that and that you live your life knowing that you kept your promise to her.
Yeah. And that's why I kept it. Knowing what she went through, knowing the looks that she had to get, the snickering, the under their breath, nigger lover. Yeah. I know she heard it.
That's sad.
I know she heard it.
It's ridiculous.
And in an area where, because even in the 90s, this is true. I had to I had to put my dating life on hold because girls' parents just would not let me date them. in the 90s.
That's crazy. It's the 90s. Like everybody was doing the craziest things. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Non-Virginia.
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 They're still in the 70s.
Yeah. And I remember I had a cousin who told me, he was like, when you go off to college, your world's going to change. And he was right. And so, yeah. But again, all that made me who I am.
Yep. All part of your story, brother.
Absolutely.
What's your lightest and darkest moment in life?
Oh man, my lightest is, I think it would have to be, I had a kid one time at come up to me at a wrestling show, and this was during John Cena's run, and
Okay.
God bless John for what
He can't punch, but I get it.
He can't. No, like people get mad at me, but man, he's visually awkward when he does athletic stuff. I'm sorry. This is not visually pleasing.
No, even today, seeing him, I'm like, how is he doing this?
Yeah, I'm never gonna have his bank account, so he wins.
Yeah,
and John. Yeah, I love John. He just can't throw a punch. But what he's done with the Make-A-Wishes and everything, it's. I mean, you can't undersell what he's meant to just the world. But I had a kid one time that followed me.
Really?
And he was a little boy, tough enough fan and battling cancer, and just seeing his eyes light up at me and taking him on, walking him through catering and down to the ring and getting him gear and everything. And that was, I was like, if I never do anything else, my life's been worth it. Just to make this kid smile.
Yeah.
Smile for a day. And what was my darkest? When I got fired, when I got let go. And it wasn't because I was losing a job. It's because, and it was a lesson. It's because I stayed in my house. I don't think anybody saw me.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor brought me food for 3 days.
Wow.
And it was because I thought I was losing my identity. I literally was like, I'm not going to be Maven the wrestler anymore. And it hurt.
No.
And now I realize I'm always going to be, now I'm Maven the YouTuber, but like even before YouTube, people would still be like, hey, you that wrestler? I'm always going to be that. But having to learn that your identity is not based on what you do, that's a tough lesson. That was a several year lesson I had to learn. And it took me to some low places. When your identity is tethered to how you make a living, that's tough.
No, it's rough.
Tough.
No, because you get like Stockholm syndrome to your occupation. And you're like, I don't know how to do anything else. And you're 28 years old to boot. It had to be a rough
and I don't
road.
want to and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything else. So, yeah.
Wow, man. Okay. Got 2 more for you, Maven, brother, and we'll get you out of here.
Man. I like these. I like these.
You like these? All right. I love it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, these are fun.
What does the next level of success in your life look like?
Constant growth. Just constant learning. I want to learn. 2 years ago, I had no clue how YouTubers, how they did anything. And now I have people contacting me because they want to do YouTube.
Wow.
I mean, that's bonkers to me.
That's kind of wild. Yeah.
And I'll have people ask me about looking at their channel and this and being able to give them valuable insight and try this, or I would do it this way, or, and knowing what I've learned from my partner, Zach. But it just shows me that we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. And I don't ever want that to stop. I want to continue that process. I want to, I'm 48 now. By the time I'm 50, I hope I'm doing something in addition to the YouTube that I've had to learn in the last 2 years. I really hope so. I hope there's another money-making way that I don't even know about right now.
Right.
That I can take on.
And you're growing that through your channel. And again, don't mean to mark out on you, but the WWE needs to hire you. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. You need to be front and center, man. There's just something about having you around. Am I crazy, Maven? Am I off base with that?
No, here's the craziest part about that. If they contacted me, my immediate answer wouldn't be yes. That's the
Wow.
craziest thing about that.
Wow.
I'm making more money now than I made with when I was wrestling.
Wow. Look at that.
And I'm my own boss.
Yes. And that's
And I'm
something
my
that's
own
priceless.
boss.
That's priceless. You can't.
And we are able to take the channel where we want. We do some stuff that works, and we do some stuff that doesn't. We did a video today. The video that came out today
Oh yeah.
was something
I saw
like it sucks to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
And I was reacting to one of those AI videos.
The cartoon video. I saw it.
know?
Yeah. That was a good one. I saw it. Right here.
And it's funny because there's a lot of people that just like, you shouldn't be reacting to this AI slop. Okay, well, if we learn that doesn't work, then that'll help us in the future.
Correct.
But you never know until you try.
1,000%. 1,000%. And
yeah.
but
the video's good. The video's good.
No,
though.
it's a good video. I enjoyed the video. I didn't think it was bad. I mean, I listened to it on the way here. I was like, this is a great video. Yeah. No, it was a great video.
But it's just the people that there's some people that at the moment they see AI anything, they're out.
They're out. Yeah. They don't want to be open-minded to it. But again, you're throwing stuff at the wall. Some of it sticks, some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I live by this motto: the squeakiest wheel gets the most grease. As long as you keep screaming, brother, they're going to pay attention. So,
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Last one for you here, Maven. What is the last thing? And I'm going to preface this by saying this always gets people stuck. What is the last thing you purchased that changed your life?
Oh my gosh. Last thing I purchased that changed my life.
That changed your life.
Oh, I do know what that is.
Uh-oh, it's a quick return.
Life insurance.
Wow. Okay.
Life insurance.
Please speak about that because I'm a big candidate for that, and no one even thinks about that before it's too late.
When I before the success of the channel, life insurance was just I mean, that's an expense I would not. Yeah, I'm not wasting my money on that. But now, having some income that, I can know, and just the peace of mind of knowing that, God forbid something happens to me, she's taken care of.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
It's a great feeling, man. And it doesn't make you feel.
I put an no antifreeze clause in there. If I die suspiciously, man, don't give her a dime. I was like, if she antifreezes me, don't give her shit.
It's gonna be one of those what do they call that? The crime shows, the Dateline.
Yeah.
What happened to Maven
2020? Yeah. Successful YouTuber found dead.
More to come at 11. Oh man, that's hilarious.
It's just you think of ways to spend money, and what obviously Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you don't have money, life insurance isn't an important expenditure.
I hear you.
It's just not.
It's not. You're just thinking about survival.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So once we started doing pretty decent, just being able to just know that there's protection.
1,000%, brother.
Forward.
Hey, man, just based on your last answer and this last hour we had together, man, I've seen nothing but growth in everything you said to me, man. Not just from the YouTube channel, but your personal life, your mental life, your spiritual life. And Godspeed, brother. You deserve everything you got coming to you. And, you're very personable, like I said before. You got a good spirit. And, I'm excited to sit back and watch you develop and grow throughout the years, and happy to be along for the ride with, you coming on my platform and sharing your story, man. It means a lot to me.
Thank you. Man, it was my pleasure. John Wooden has a great quote, and I've literally tried to live my life by it. And it's, talent is God-given, be grateful. Success is man-given, be thankful. Conceit is self-given, be careful.
Wow.
So
that's a beautiful quote.
And I know, because I've had it happen before. I know whatever is given can immediately be taken away. So I'm trying to ride this, this second chance as well as I can, knowing that it could end at any moment. and just be grateful and be thankful.
Yeah.
And not get ever get conceited or start feeling myself too much.
Amen, brother. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. I live by that. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I say, thank you, Lord, for another day. I hit the gym at 4:30 in the morning. When I leave the gym, I say, thank you, Lord, for this workout. And it's a constant practice. Thank you. Even if I get a speeding ticket, even if I got a bruise on my leg, whatever, thank you, because at least I'm alive to complain about it, or I'm alive to receive gratitude and gratefulness from it. So
as I was watching Buff go through what he went through last week, it put a lot of things in perspective. It really did.
And he's a Christian too, so he understands.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
absolutely.
We're thankful in this moment, and whether it's good or bad in between, I'm alive, and thank you, Lord, for that. That's a special thing. You know, I'm happy he recognizes that. Brother,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. Again, I appreciate chopping it up with you, man. It was fun. Learn some more stuff about you that I didn't even know. So that's a good thing, man. You know?
Yeah. You did your research.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Listen, it's funny.
Definitely give you that.
I'll tell you this before we finish. I was telling my wife this morning, I said, I don't really, I've been following this guy since I was 17, and then recently with the YouTube for the last 2 years, I know everything because you're in, you know, I'm a sales director. So besides doing the podcast, I drive a lot, and you're on there. I'm listening. I'm taking it in. Good. And, you know, thank you for making my day-to-day a little easier to digest, because sometimes after a hard day driving home, I put on one of your videos and it just makes me escape reality. Thank you for that, man. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm humbled. What sales director for who?
Fence company.
Okay.
Fence. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
But that's going to be hopefully awesome, in the rearview mirror in a couple of years when this takes off. You know, I'm trying to get to Maven status.
Dude, I'm pulling for you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Brother, again, Godspeed. Anything you want to leave us with, where they could find you, your channel, the floor is yours. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, not just YouTube. I think it's all the same: YouTube, Instagram, and Patreon. Just Maven K Huffman. Just if you put Maven Huffman, you'll find it.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, new video out all the time. We have fun with them.
No, I love it, man.
We enjoy, we enjoy educating people and making them smarter wrestling fans. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great job. And again, a lot of imitators I see out there, stay true to yourself, because I mean, I think that hopefully if we ever get a chance to do this again, I think you're probably going to be on a balcony in Miami somewhere with a Versace robe on. I like Lou.
I'll get smacked if I
with some shades on.
I will get smacked if I spend that much money on a Versace robe. I get smacked because I just found out the last 2 years about Lululemon.
Oh, God.
And literally, she's like, you do know you don't have to have everything they own.
It's comfortable though. It's comfortable.
Yeah,
you know. But these $80 shirts, sometimes they get out of hand. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $80 to sweat on it. You know?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's nuts. It's crazy. It's nuts, brother. Oh, man. Maven, thank you again, brother.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Appreciate you, man. Last one, I promise. Again, it's the mark in me. Next Sunday, SummerSlam, I'm going to be there. I don't know if you're going to be there. If you are, hopefully I could buy you a drink or something. But your expertise with wrestling, Cena, Rhodes, who goes over?
I mean, if you're still, it all depends on what your plan is with Cena. If he's got a couple more months until he rides off into the sunset, because he's not going to go into a storyline where he's chasing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I think let's say he's got 5 more months left before he calls it a career. You keep him over. But yeah, I mean, the thing about wrestling that people don't realize, your money in your company is not with who has the title. That's what people think. People think because somebody has the belt. That people think because somebody has the belt, that's who your moneymaker is, and that's not the case. Your money is with the person chasing
the babyface,
the title.
Yeah,
whoever's chasing. Whoever is chasing, that's who the company is making their money. Gotcha, because man. You got to have a reason. You got to make people care. And think about how they did it with Cody for how many manias, chasing
Chasing Roman.
Roman.
Yeah.
Chasing Roman. And it worked. Those people weren't tuning in because of Roman. They were
True.
tuning in because they wanted to see Cody finish the job.
Finish the story, yeah.
So, yeah, finish the story.
Thanks for that insight, man. Maven, I appreciate it, brother. Man. Again, Godspeed. Thank you for your time, and hope to talk to you down the line again,
this
brother.
This was fun.
No, I appreciate it.
Man.
You're welcome back whenever you want.
All the best to you. And when we need a fence, I know who to call.
Hey, you better call me. I'll hook you up. Don't even worry about it, man.
I know who to call.
That's not a problem. When we get offline, I'll give you my direct contact, and anything you need, man, I'll be of service. No worries, brother.
You got it, brother.
Thank you, Maven. Thank you, brother. That is a wrap on this special edition of I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast. If this podcast inspired or moved you in any way, please subscribe to our Apple, Spotify, and YouTube platforms by typing in Luis Guzman, I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman. Click that subscribe button. Please make sure to follow my Instagram handle at I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman for further updates. I am thankful for every listener. I pray you have a blessed one, not a stressed one. Peace.
I need you by my side.